everyone, and welcome to Hollywood Headlines. I'm your host, Becca Patches.
And I'm Sarah Burns alongside Valentina Zamora. Tonight we are going to talk about the latest news in music, movies, TV, and celebrity gossip. Sit back, relax, and because Hollywood Headlines starts right now.
Welcome to Hollywood Headlines.
Earlier this month, it was announced that Billie Eilish will hold an online concert set to be broadcast live on Saturday, October 24th. Eilish will perform in Los Angeles alongside her brother Phineas and her touring drummer on a stage surrounded by LED screens set to provide a 3D real-time content integration. 500 ticket holders will be selected to virtually interact with the singer throughout her performance, which combines never-before-seen visuals with elements from her previous arena concerts. The stream will start at 10 p.m. on Saturday and will feature a never-before-seen clip from Billie Eilish, The World's a Little Blurry, the upcoming Apple documentary focused on the singer. So are you guys planning on watching the concert?
I mean, definitely, depending on how expensive the tickets are. Yeah, I definitely am interested because I love her music and her style of singing is just, and performance actually together is just so unique.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to put it in a genre, it would literally be if you turned horror into a music genre.
Yeah, it's so true.
And
yeah.
I wanted to see her on tour when she first came around, but when she got to Philadelphia in March, it was canceled because of the virus. And I was really looking forward to seeing her float out of a bed in the sky or whatever she does. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, that was cool. There's another question.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
What's the other? Will this become the new normal for concerts?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like from the way they're doing it with the effects and everything. I mean, I'll have to see it first, but it seems well planned out for now. I know a lot of people have done Instagram live concerts, YouTube streaming concerts. Like a lot of people do that kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see because she's such a big artist, a more professional setting than just you sitting in your room with a guitar.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. I really hope this doesn't become the new normal.
I think, honestly, until
until this is all over.
Yeah, I feel like until COVID is really under control and people aren't being annoying about it, and the cases actually start decreasing and stay decreased.
Yeah.
I think it will be the new normal for the next at least 6 months.
I think it's a great temporary solution to be able to give people the experience that they want while COVID is still happening.
Home, and I know it's fun being at a concert, but you can just watch a concert from your room. That's so cool.
It definitely makes you appreciate the atmosphere that we all currently have because there's nothing like getting ready with your friends for a concert and planning what you want to say and everything like that. So I'm hoping that, even though COVID is still a thing, that as soon as we find a vaccine and get things under control, that stuff like this will reopen and it'll just be so much more fun again. I really miss summer nights. I really miss summer concerts, and oh God, yeah, it's completely different in person. But,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything they'll do will kind of bring that essence back. I mean, going to a concert in your pajamas in your room, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, but my question is how much would it be? Would it be the price of a normal concert ticket?
If it's $100, no.
I don't know.
She'd have to make it.
I mean, it's only 500 tickets, or is that ticket holders? Is that just people who are there?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I'm assuming this is a new tour, so she might give priority to people who had tickets beforehand. But the fact that she's released new music over during the time of quarantine and things like that, that would be unfair to the new fans that also want to see her. So my bet is she's probably just disregarding all of the tickets that she had beforehand and offering up this new. I don't think it would be too expensive. I'm gonna say maybe $50 at most.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
I don't know.
but I at least hope that would like include some like benefits because it's difficult to
yeah, like
charge.
an at-home like concert package or something. Like
Yeah.
if they up the price, I feel like they should at least like do like a an at-home, you know, concert. Here's a T-shirt and here's like a little wristband or whatever, what you would have worn if you had gone to the concert.
Yeah.
But I know they do have to be careful because, you know, even though you're streaming on a site and stuff, you know, things can be copied and pasted,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it can easily be, you know, streamed on a computer, and then you can just point a camera at it and then stream it on YouTube for free, and then or have people pay
Yeah.
less for it. So
Yeah.
that's something they really have to be careful with
I
as
don't
well.
think there's anything stopping, you know, even people at the first concert from screen recording it or anything
Yeah.
like that. And then you just redistribute it and it's going to be a loss for her.
I think the difference with that, it's because at a concert, it's more of like either you're really far away, you're really close up. It's not like you as a person, but this is, you know, like done, you know, technology wise. So it's kind of just like you got more of a just this is what it is. This isn't like 30 million people's, you know, point of view. This is just like what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in other news, moving on to movies now, Michael B. Jordan, I share a birthday with him, is joining DC's Static Shock film to help build a new universe for black superheroes. Static Shock was introduced by Milestone Comics in 1993. The company was created by black writers and artists whose goal was to make the world of comics more diverse. The series was distributed by DC Comics. The new film was announced at DC Fandom earlier this year. Additionally, there will be a Static Shock digital comic series starting in February of 2021. So, a few questions. Are you excited for this upcoming expansion of the superhero genre?
Yes.
Yes,
I think it would be
it's about time.
yeah, it is.
It really is about time.
is,
I like.
yeah.
I'm glad we're getting all this diversity. You know, it should have happened earlier, but it's so exciting to see things finally changing. And I mean, Michael B. Jordan. I mean, he's pretty big too. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how he does in that.
Yeah, and like with the whole Black Lives, this whole year, like obviously it always matters, but with the whole like movement being really prominent this year, it's really good that this is happening because
We need it. We need it.
Yeah, I mean, DC also hasn't updated in a long time. You know, I just feel like every time we see them come back, it's always
It's just like a-
another Harley Quinn Joker movie.
Yeah.
And even though I love and respect Margot Robbie and Jared Leto's performances in those, they needed a new direction, especially because we kind of got left on this weird cliffhanger last time. And so I think, you know, also having more African American diversity in the film genre in just any typical sense is great, especially since we, you know, Black Panther, we lost Black Panther over quarantine. The name is
Chris Bowman.
Chris Bowman.
Chadwick Bowman. I don't know why Chris came to mind. I'm sorry.
But he was great in, you know, the Marvel comics, and just to see like DC expanding and kind of like taking a step up and really diversifying their characters, I think it's going to make for a lot better plot lines, and you know, it'll get, you know, fans of different cultures and backgrounds more interested in what they have to do because they can better relate to the situations that these characters are going through, which I think will be great for the DC franchise in the long run. So.
I agree. I agree. I can't wait to see more diversity in this. It'll be interesting to see.
I mean, also being like a superhero fan myself.
Oh yeah.
Very dedicated superhero fan. You know, I've been waiting for, you know, because Marvel's doing all their like new movies, but they're like past explanation movies and
Black Widow.
yeah. Even though I'm excited for Black Widow, I cried during Endgame because that was it.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully DC will kind of give me a new path to look at.
I mean, they got Spider-Man going for them.
Yeah.
They got that, my boy Tom Holland.
Oh,
So
beautiful man.
like real great soul.
That's all we have for now, but when we come back, we'll be talking streaming services and shows.
In streaming services, Disney has decided to change its priorities since COVID has made streaming services soar with viewers, and it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. Disney has decided to focus on Disney Plus and creating content and ways to distribute content to stream. Disney is in the process of creating a media and entertainment distribution group responsible for both the sales, the ad sales, and all of their content. So, are you excited for Disney's content or what they're gonna stream?
I don't have Disney Plus, but I gave the story to you because I know you like Disney. So.
I do like Disney, Becca. I really appreciate that. And as as an active Disney Plus, just watcher, I guess. I am excited to see what else they come out with, content-wise. I know The Mandalorian is supposed to come out in like a week, so that'll be a new exciting thing for the Star Wars part of streaming. And I mean, that's all I've seen so far is Star Wars streaming from my end. I know they've released a lot of movies, when they did Frozen 2 during the beginning of COVID, because they were like, oh, the situation sucks, but let's give you Frozen 2. It'll make the home life better. And I think it did improve a couple of, I saw a couple articles where it did make people happy that they did that. So
it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I always feel like I love Disney. I'm a big Disney fan myself. I have Disney Plus, but my mom actually watches it more than I do. She, no doubt, I kid you not, during quarantine, once I gave her my password, she aggressively watched Aladdin, like at least over the course of 3 weeks, 50 times. I am not exaggerating. Every single night I'd come home and I'd hear like A Whole New World blasting in the living room, and I'd be like, Mom. But it was like, a transition from the live action to the cartoon and back and forth and comparison, and she can quote lines, and I'm just like, what? Like, where did this come from, Sheila? Like, oh my God. Anyway, but like, I also, new Disney content, it doesn't surprise me as much as it did anymore. I'm not as excited anymore because I feel like they're just always releasing new content, so just have them put out like an excessive amount of everything. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like they're just kind of like with the whole live action, it's really cool, but they're just doing the same stories over and
I was
over
gonna
again.
say, I agree with you. I mean, I didn't hear many good things from Mulan.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, Aladdin was amazing. I really enjoyed it and everything, but I feel like their live action, like the Dumbo and Lady and the Tramp and Lion King and Mulan, they've gone downhill. So
They're trying
They
too
need to take a
hard.
break.
they are trying too hard. They need to make new and original content, like
They
The
need to
Mandalorian.
calm down a little bit on the live actions. I want something new, and I want something new that's
You want a
not
whole new world, that's what
animated.
you want.
Exactly. I do want a whole new world. It's always just like a hit or a miss. The last thing I think I was excited for was when they opened their Star Wars park. That's the last thing I was like, oh yeah, I want to go to Disney, but now
I
it's
want to
just
go to
like,
Galaxy's
well,
Edge so bad.
Disney's coming to
I wanna
me,
go back
and I
to
don't
the-
want it.
Harry Potter World.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that in
Oh my
Universal,
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think something that I like from Disney versus like Netflix is that they stream. They're like, like episodes like on Star Wars. If you watched Clone Wars, season 7, you would know. But like, they stream it rather than Netflix. Netflix just posts
Puts
like the whole
every-
season.
Yeah.
And then you go through the whole season in a day, and then you're just like, what do I do with myself?
I do kind of miss that about TV shows. Like you had to wait. It like sucks if it's a cliffhanger, but it just makes you
Yeah.
want to like. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just watch the next one. It's like instant gratification.
It just keeps going, and
Yeah.
I remember during the Pretty Little Liars phase of the world, like it was so exciting being like, I can't wait for Tuesday night because we're gonna see who A is, even though it took like 40 seasons.
It just
to
gives you
find
something
out.
to look forward to. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yay, it's whatever day.
Yeah,
it's time for
you'd
the
have it on your
show.
calendar. You'd be like,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah. Do you have any like shows or films you think you hope that Disney will make, or like anything like that?
I have no idea. I was gonna say like, I don't want to say I'm not a huge Disney fan, but like obviously when you're a kid, your parents like put them all the Disney princess movies on for you and stuff, and because it's just a classic. It's just obviously
It's
like
Disney.
it's just kind of like a tradition among like kids. But I don't know, like my family and like has never been like huge Disney fans. Like we watch like Pixar movies more than like Disney. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean?
I understand.
Like because Pixar's part of Disney, but it's not Disney. But
yeah, they're like sisters.
They're owned by Disney.
They're owned
but
by
yeah, I
Disney.
don't know. You guys sound like huge fans, and I'm just here like.
I'm excited. But aside from Disney, Becca, what about that singing competition on The Voice? I mean,
The singing competition show The Voice is back with its 19th season. However, there are some changes. Due to COVID-19, there will be no in-studio audience. This might work out well for the singers as well as the performances won't be drowned out by the loud crowd, and it might help alleviate some stage fright. The performers' families and friends will also not be able to cheer on their singer during auditions. Do you guys watch The Voice?
I've seen clips.
There was a phase.
Yeah, a few years ago, my family and I like religiously watched it, but I forget after which season we just kind of stopped watching it. I think my sister and my dad watched it more than I did, and then we just kind of stopped watching it. But yeah.
Singing competitions and things like that for me always give me like terrible secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
But like as a musical performer, like always having to feel like you have to uphold this standard and then going out and seeing someone like have this like performance on national TV, it just makes me hurt for them.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's just terrifying. I mean, I appreciate their confidence.
I feel like
could
that
never.
happens more on like America's Got Talent more than The Voice,
love
because
watching them.
I feel like people on The Voice actually try and are like they've been working
It's like
on
the
their
Target version.
yeah
of
they've been
singing
working on their
competitions.
craft for years, and people on America's Got Talent, a lot of people just go on as a joke. So like,
But it's great.
but even if people are being serious and they sound bad, it's like
But content, they said content.
But yeah. But do you think this change will help the competitors perform better, like having no audience? I don't know if they're doing it because have you guys seen America's Got Talent during COVID?
I haven't
They
seen
have, like,
that. I've seen Dancing with
a
the Stars
screen,
during COVID, and
wall.
it's
Sorry, what?
no. Go ahead.
I was saying they have a wall that has it's like a I don't know if it's a green screen or something, but they have audience members like on like Zoom or something.
Oh, I know what
Dr.
you're talking
Phil
about.
did that too.
Yeah. So I don't know if
what's
they're
her name
doing
has
that.
I feel like that would make me, if they had that wall of people on The Voice, that would make me more nervous because, like I feel like when you're at home, it's easy to just like judge people through a screen because you have like the safety of that screen. But like when you're sitting in a live studio audience, you obviously want to be respectful to whoever's performing, and like you could, your body language in the audience, they can't really see you because it's so like the audience is usually like so dark. But like with if they put a green screen in, you could obviously see everybody's facial expressions. So like you'd be looking at them, and like if your performance starts going south, then it's like, oh, I can see them like looking at me in disgust, and like that would hurt.
Yeah.
You can see it more like up, like not like I guess you would say almost up close. Like it's a big screen, like you can actually see the reaction versus like if you've ever been on a stage and you look out, it's
You
like
can't
either
see
really
any of
pitch
it.
black or it's like you can't really see the reaction.
It's just like the silhouette.
Silhouette.
Yeah.
So something like that. I don't know. It should be interesting.
But yeah, I feel like if it was just the 4 judges, like
But then where's the hype?
it's very competitive in that industry, but I feel like they're actually like rooting for you to do well.
Yeah.
So I feel like it won't be as nerve-wracking if it's like, and I know they're big artists, but I feel like it would be less nerve-wracking.
They're
But,
really big celebrities.
Yeah.
Speaking of celebrities, actor Jeff Bridges from The Big Lebowski just announced on his Twitter that he has been diagnosed with lymphoma. Bridges, who is 70, states, I'm starting treatment and will keep you posted on my recovery. He seems to be in good spirits, though he has been receiving much love and support from his family and friends. Sadly, this is another star who has yet to battle a terrible disease. Just 2 months ago, the famous Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman passed away from his 4-year lung battle with colon cancer. As always, here on Hollywood Headlines, our thoughts and prayers go out to Bridges and Bowman's family. So, what is your favorite Jeff Bridges film?
I like The Giver. The Giver was cool.
I have to agree with that one.
And he was also in, Mike and I just watched this movie a little bit ago. He saw it before me. I forget what it's called, but it's like, Bad Times at the something Royale. Yeah,
I think
at the Battle Royale.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, anyway, he played a priest. He just dressed up as a priest, but he wasn't actually a priest. But yeah, that was an interesting movie. That was a weird movie, but it was good. But anyway, those are really, I think, the only, unless there's other movies I've seen, I just don't remember him being in it. But.
I mean, I think most of our generation is touched by his performance, especially because we all went through that phase in middle school where we were forced to watch The Giver after reading the book in English class. And so
I actually watched it willingly.
You didn't? Oh my God, I did.
Neither did I.
Wow, guys, wow.
I don't think we ever did read The Giver. That's a missed opportunity
Well,
on
it
our
was
education.
the very first dystopian novel that I was introduced to in the middle of my Hunger Games phase. In like 7th grade. You know, I went, you know, I was like, wow, this is great. And I read it and it was so dramatic and it was dark. And, you know, 7th grade me was upset because it didn't have much of a romance plot. And that's what 7th grade me liked at the time. But it had a great moral of the story. It was all about, you know, being individual and breaking out of the norm, especially if that means like, you know, having to leave home and things like that. So obviously, like, 2020 has been nothing but devastating. So to just lose such another great actor, or have not lost, but like have another person struggle and like feel the pain and heavy strain. Bad news. More bad news. It's just not what we need.
2020 needs to end.
Yeah.
Just cut the cameras on it. Really. Just like no more.
Oh my goodness.
We're almost done with it. We're halfway through October.
Oh God.
Month and a half.
Election season's coming.
I mean, but the sad reality is, even though 2020 might end, the virus isn't going to end.
The virus and the problems from this year are going to carry over to 2021.
They'll still have problems, but I think this year is going to go down in history as probably one of the worst years in human, probably 100 years since the Great Depression.
I had such high hopes for 2020. You know, like it was 2020. And like New Year's happened, I'm like, this year's gonna be great. You know, like my birthday falls on Friday.
It sounds like it should be a good year, 2020, but nope.
Yeah. So many things are supposed to come out, you know, like great, good, and no, just tripped at the finish line.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Well, that's all for this week on Hollywood Headlines. I'm your host, Becca Patches.
I'm Sarah Burns.
And I'm Valentina Zamora.
Come back next week for our new stories about music, movies, TV, YouTube, and celebrity gossip. Have a great rest of your week, Millersville.